What's up, world? You watching Playback, iDope Media, Gary Gator as your host. Special guest today, Bao Pham. Introduce yourself to the world, man.
What's up, man? My name is Bao Pham, aka Classic Hip Hop on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just pretty much a producer by nature. I started out early, like '99, and kind of trial and error till 2005, and then started to do this professionally. How I got into the engineering side is that I booked a studio session with a partner of mine, actually at a studio in Hueytown. I forget what it's called, but we booked it in Hueytown. It's one of those famed recording studios, and when it was time to record, they gave the studio time to somebody else. So that was like the first and last time I ever booked a session, and I just decided to, like, you know what, I'm gonna just do it on my own. So that was back in 2003, and I had a little 8-track Tascam digital recorder, and obviously I had my Triton that's right there, same one, and these speakers right here, these Elisa's M1 Actives.
That's what you started out with?
Yeah, I still got them. They still.
Like, you knew how to play already?
Yeah, I mean, I was classically trained. Like I started playing when I was 4.
Okay.
So.
So that made it a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean.
Know how to work your way around the keys and put it together. What's in your head?
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't really like the classical stuff. I mean, it definitely is really technical to learn, and all that, and requires like a high level of memory. But I always thought that I was playing somebody else's music, so I didn't really get any enjoyment out of that too much. But I'm glad that I did, play piano, and then was in the arts and play guitar, and then I was in the arts program before after I went to like regular program school here in Montgomery. I went to Chisholm, then I went to Carver Elementary, and then after that I went to Baldwin Arts, and then I went to Lovelace Academic, and then I got a scholarship to UAB. Well, no, it wasn't a scholarship. I actually had a full ride to Alabama on music performance and piano, but and then a partial scholarship to Florida State. I didn't take either one, and I registered for UAB late because I saw that they had a music tech program. Yeah. So I ended up doing that, but it just kind of turned out to be like a glorified music performance major, with just a few added, recording tech classes and some music ensemble stuff and some jazz ensemble stuff. So it didn't really
help you out too much.
Nah, man. So I really didn't learn anything at all. I really actually was just to learn a lot on my own, just a lot of trial and error with my little Tascam 8-track, and then also the school did afford me to grant me an opportunity to get a internship to a studio called Atmosphere Recording here in town. And so I started interning there in 2005, and then I was like the first one there, last one to leave. I only had to fulfill like 10 hours.
Yeah.
I was there like 40. You know what I'm saying?
Soaking up all the game. Yeah,
doing that, and then side step note, I ran into KO through a female artist I was working with, and she had introduced me to him. And we started working on some tracks, and then I had some personal stuff going on, so I had to kind of leave that situation and just kind of go on my own. And then later on, I got that placement right there through that, but it was a long story about that because KO was trying to finesse like he did other producers where they just take the beat and they claim that they did it. And,
yeah.
That work for hire stuff, and
I ain't heard of KO in a long time.
Exactly, that's probably the last time you heard about KO when that happened.
Yeah.
So, because when that happened, it kind of just blew things out of proportion or out the water for him, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But pretty much after that, ain't nothing really popped off for him. So, and I was with another producer partner at the time, but he didn't make the record. You know what I'm saying? Later on, I hooked up with my another partner of mine, and we were a duo called the Grinders for some years, like from 2006 or something like that to 2009. Yeah, 2009. So, you know, I actually gave him credit on the Watch What You Say to Me record because he had an inside connect named Lady Drew. She was a business manager of Divine Stevens' record label. It was called Upfront Megatainment, and they had Akon at the time. So like when that whole situation went down, you know, I already had it going on, but like she stepped in and like, you know, handled all the business, and we
Smoothing everything out.
yeah. So she just got everything negotiated, and she was like really proud of how we handled the situation and stuff like that. We didn't bitch out, nothing like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And take the little work for hire thing, and you know, credit is everything in the producer game. You know what I'm saying? It's probably more important than money. So when you know that, you know what I'm saying. But we did end up getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, the other guy that was part of the duo, he didn't really make the record. And so after a while, we were doing some things, and I kind of was just putting more work in. You know what I'm saying? So it just didn't really work out. And that's why in 2009 I had decided to open up my own spot. You know what I'm saying? Even though I worked at Atmosphere for a while, I could have went there full time, but like I was doing everything there, and that I do here. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I just didn't own the spot. So I was like, well, you know, I asked the owner of Atmosphere if I could buy it, and he wanted like $250,000 for it, which was a pretty crazy number. You know what I'm saying? Considering like, you know, when it comes down to business, you don't really pay for the business. You know, you paying for like the, you know, either inventory or like the equipment. And the space, you know what I'm saying? But if you didn't own the space, then you're not really paying for that either.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I was running it to make the amount of money that he made there, and I was only getting like 5%. You know what I'm saying? So
it ain't working, player.
Yeah, so I just kind of just looked at it like as a business move. Like, look, man, I could just buy my own stuff and, you know, get my own building and do that. You know what I'm saying? So I took some risky moves and used a credit card to buy all this stuff at first, you know, and then I had a lot of trouble with this building, man. But I finally got everything together and just hustled and grinded, you know what I'm saying, and made it pop. And then opened this up into 2009 here at Mixology. I call it Mixology.
So
but everybody's just like,
years.
huh?
So you've been here for like a good 8 years.
Yeah, about 9 now. It was 2009, so it's 2018. So it's about like I got the building in April, and it took some time to not renovate too much, but there was a lot of other problems, you know, with the fire department, with the building and stuff like that. I had to get things sorted out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I built this platform right here. You know what I'm saying? I designed the booth over there. How the structure is and like how everything was done, but like I hired a contractor to do all that extra stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I put everything you see in here. I put together myself. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
And so, and then I just been running the studio since 2009 by myself. When I tried to get some engineers here and there to engineer for me and stuff like that, but it got to a point where, you know, it would be booked up for like 2 months. You know, it would be hard to get in because like some people would try to book time and then they would have to wait 2 months to get in at the height of it. And you know, around that time it was like really busy, and that's when Doe was over here, and Doe, you know, did most of his stuff here. That kind of just popped his career off. You know what I'm saying? He started recording the DOAT 1, Definition of Trapper 1, all the way to the end. You know, and he did some stuff before that called Purple Rain with LP Monte and, you know, some other stuff. But
do you ever get excited for certain artists, or do you try to just be like, you know what, it's just? It's like
Well, I mean,
where you separate yourself from it just a little bit.
it's a little bit of both. It just depends. Like, sometimes you got to know where your place is. You know what I'm saying? As a producer or
Yeah.
as an engineer. So most times I'm kind of playing both roles. And you could probably label it as myself as like a producer engineer. There's times where if I didn't make the beat or something like that, I had to go in, tell the person to do this again, try that again, blah blah this and that, which would be kind of vocal producing.
Yeah.
And then when it comes down to it, like I might have to do some chops in the beat, or like rearrange the beat some type of way to make it work. And that's a form of co-producing. Even though I didn't make the beat, but also, if I didn't. There's times where I didn't touch the beat at all, but I produced the record. You know what I'm saying? But then there's times where I would just strictly just like today's sessions, like strictly just engineer, no input, just playing that role.
But they say the producer is the person that turns the record in. You ain't gotta make the beat to be like when it
That's
comes
true,
to when it comes to the finished product, like handing it in and shit. You sweat. For artists that's serious, you feel me?
Yeah.
To go through the whole process.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too. It's so many different definitions of a producer. So
I guess it's to the artist how they wanna
yeah,
spell it out at the end of the day on a project. You feel me?
they'll say produced by me sometimes, even if I didn't produce, actually like make the beat or whatever. But that produce slash engineering is like a very thin line where you can cross that or merge the two. You know what I'm saying? So, but there'll be times where like producers, where I would have to be the producer because the beat maker ain't here. You know what I'm saying? And probably about 90% of the time that's the case. Now I actually opened up the studio to kind of do half and half, but the recording took all the way over and it just left me with no time to do that. So, in about a month and a half, it's June. We're about to be June now, June 2018. So I can shut this down July 12th, is whenever this comes out. It might have been already shut down by the time the video comes out or whatever. I'm gonna shut this down, man, and move overseas and focus on music production and doing stuff online, selling beats online, releasing stuff like that, because that's been popular. But that's what I really want to do, man. Be more creative instead of being so technical about recording. So I've recorded so
they
much.
creative as fuck over there too.
Yeah, they are.
Like they ahead of the curve in so many ways.
They are, but like I'm moving to Shanghai, China, so they are kind of the hip hop scene is kind of popping off over there. And contrary to popular belief, is that there's an article that came out that said China banned hip hop because a Chinese hip hop artist had did some crazy stuff about talking about expats over there and beating them with bats and stuff like that, and they banned it. But that's kind of false, man. The mainstream media kind of tends to talk about stuff they don't know nothing about. Yeah. So when they do that, it leads people to believe, oh well, they're banning this and that. But like when you go over there, like they just play like explicit music in like kids stores. For real? Yeah. Or like in restaurants, you'll hear some like funny shit. Like you might hear some mystical. What's the damn song called?
Shake your ass.
Shake your ass in a damn Korean barbecue restaurant.
Wow.
Some shit like that. So
they love that shit though.
So it's all good, man. But yeah, that's the brief rundown.
So you've been in music since you was 4 years old, basically.
Yeah. My dad kind of got me into classical piano. He did get me into classical piano, and just in the arts period, because like my dad, he's like self-taught guitarist and drummer and bassist.
Man, shit, this though. What got you into hip hop? Like, if you had to like say these 3 songs or this certain little period, like.
Well, I like grew up in a black neighborhood, so you know what I'm saying. So on the north side of town, neighborhood called North Pass. So, well, it was actually a white neighborhood at first, and then turned to a black neighborhood. So, and then like something that the owners did where they were supposed to build a recreational part of it, and they turned it into some houses instead, and then something happened, man. You know, but anyway, shoot, there's no Asian community, or was at the time when I was growing up here, you know.
Yeah.
So like I was always around like black people, period. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. But like then growing up in a Vietnamese culture, you know what I'm saying, subculture, I would say, because you know, my folks didn't really point out a lot of stuff, or you know, have me like learn or stay involved in speaking Vietnamese, even though they spoke to me when I was little. When I went to school, I just kind of forgot about all that stuff. But I didn't, because I still understand what they say. I just don't speak it. But anyway, yeah, so I was actually into like alternative music, like Nirvana and Smashing Pumpkins and Soundgarden and Stone Temple Pilots and you know, stuff like that, man. Like I was real heavy into that. I thought that grunge stuff was kind of cool, especially the Nirvana stuff. But then I went to school with a partner of mine. His name is Bobo. He kind of introduced me into all this stuff. It's like my best friend to this day. He's like my brother. So he introduced me into hip hop and like gave me like the Into the 36 Chambers by Wu-Tang. And then that was kind of like my first taste of hip hop. And then the second CD was like the Notorious B.I.G., the Ready to Die.
Alright.
So that was an introduction, and then I just kind of threw all my other stuff away after that and just kind of delved in, man. That was my introduction to it. So definitely. And then like DJ Premier was like my favorite producer of like all time around that time. And he was heavy doing projects and doing beats and production and songs.
DJ Premier is from Houston, Texas.
Yeah, I know, he's Southern too.
And so he got the most New York sound.
Yeah.
Like when you think New York sound, you think DJ Premier.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, man. So that tells you a lot. You know, Southern folks have a lot of influence on the New York scene. Like, and you know, Southern hip hop has all the influence in the New York East Coast scene right now. You know, just for example, Cardi B.
Shit,
So.
3-6 getting all the goddamn remixes. Goddamn.
Yep, the Who Run It Challenge, all that stuff, and then people just tearing up the classic, like doing bad to it. You know what I'm saying?
They don't even give a fuck. Anyway, just trying to cash out.
Pretty much.
What you think the music, hip hop going like? It's trap right now, but it's finna change. Like,
well, if it's finna change, where you think it's going?
I think it's gonna go back to like, I'm gonna say like to like between like music from like 88 to 92, like house party. Okay. Like if it's real, if it's okay. The trap music is always like it's gangster.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's like we talk about everything like the way NWA talked about shit. Like they ain't hide nothing, just out there. Mm-hmm. You get it how you get it. Mm-hmm. And on the other hand, you gonna always have the party music and shit. So like with the New Orleans bounce music and shit. When you ready to party, you probably play some shit like that, or the Miami bass shit, like Luke and shit like that, cause motherfuckers want to get up and they always want to party, bro.
Yeah, I don't know where it goes. I mean, you know, I think it's kind of always gonna be like that. It's just different forms of it. So a lot of that
I hope that shit come back. I'm just saying, like
yeah. There's a lot of dumb shit going on right now.
These motherfuckers just want to do drugs now and shit.
Yeah, it's the geek era, you know what I'm saying? It's been a geek era for the past year or so, year and a half, 2 years, you know what I'm saying? So like that whole, you know, it's drug dealer music now, it's drug user music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, I mean, it just is what it is. It's just where hip hop is at this moment in time. So it's not
just what life is at the end. It's just a mirror of what's going on for real.
Pretty much, man. So I don't know. I would say it's only gonna just get to wherever it's going, man, like it's drug use or music now, it's just only gonna kind of, I don't want to say it in a bad way, but it's only gonna get a little bit dumber. You know what I'm saying?
What's the story behind that dollar bill up there?
Oh, it's just like a
This your first
law
dollar
of
you made?
attraction thing. No, I actually had a
I read that something about that. Like Jim Carrey had the check one day, and before he got rich, he marked the check about how much he wanted to get, and he got paid on Christmas or some shit like that.
Yeah. So I had like
I hang that shit up.
Back at my folks' house, I had a TV, like them big box TVs. I had $1 on there. I actually have the dollar back there because I ripped it off. But it was on my TV, and every time I wake up or go to sleep watching TV or waking up, I always look at that dollar, and it had a $100,000 amount on it. You know what I'm saying? Just to put a realistic goal there, and I reached it. You feel what I'm saying? So and it, then I think I had like a storyboard, a board with stuff on there.
Yeah.
Or what I wanted to get or whatever at the time. And it's just like a vision board. It's just a law of attraction. It's like indirectly, kind of subconsciously thinking about, how to get what is in front of you, and then kind of subconsciously thinking about it.
And this shit out there in the universe.
Yeah. So you are what you think, basically, what it is.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible too, so that's what that means.
No,
That's a different goal. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Once I said I was gonna do this, it was over with.
Yeah. You gotta put your mind to it, man, and make
It was over with, and it was just started at the same time.
Yeah.
Pretty like that.
Pretty much, man. Pretty much.
So man, what's your thing outside of music, man? I see you got the Hellcat outside. Is that a Hellcat? Or?
It's not a Hellcat. It's just
It's
a
a Challenger?
Challenger. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? I mean, I just.
You in the cars or dogs?
I mean, I was in the car, stuff like that, but like, it's just something I just wanted to get because I succeeded with the studio. So, I mean, really, man, I live and breathe music, man. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't that, then, I mean, basic sports like basketball, football, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Big finals finna pop off. So we'll see what's gonna happen, but.
So what's your goal for the music? For music, like a couple platinum records.
I mean, I already got that platinum plaque back there. I forgot to mention that I produced the Watch What You Say to Me.
Yeah.
And
Congrats on that one, by the way.
yeah, appreciate it. So I did that, and then I fell out with my partner, opened this spot up, and then Doe was finna pop off, so that was gonna be the next run, and then he passes. Yeah, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
So, and then I started working with another artist that last year, and he did some bad business, so I kind of stopped working with that. And I kind of actually was a bit done with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I started to learn another trade, so just trading cryptocurrency as well. And
how that shit go?
It's not easy.
I heard it was kind of.
It's real volatile, man. It's probably the most volatile thing ever right now at this point, as far as like price is concerned. But you just gotta have enough money to be willing to lose, and then also have the stomach to see that dollar amount dip. You know what I'm saying? But if you're smart enough, you can cap back and make your money back. But and then it's a bear market now, which means it's like a negative market. So, it's a bit difficult to make money unless you know what you're doing and know how to short. That's a term of like making money when the price is dropping. So I learned a lot about that. I just haven't had time to really look and study that side. But I was actually done with it. After working with that artist, man, he did some real bitch ass shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit.
But anyway, I mean, it's been a crazy ride, man. But like I said, the studio's been definitely good to me and stuff like that. But right now, man, I'm working with Junior Boss.
Yeah,
just got out the feds. You know what I'm saying? He just dropped the mixtape. Just got out the feds, and I basically co-produced and produced it as well. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like I said, it's one of them situations where I didn't necessarily make the beats. You know what I'm saying? But, putting the records together, him coming in, and then he's just kind of just rapping. and then there's no real guidance except for me that's helming the session. You know what I'm saying? So. The first song on there, I would say that I produced, even though I didn't make those records, even though London Blue made those records. And it's just that putting that record together where Junior Boss is rapping, and going off, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then just trying to making those drops in the records to kind of marry the lyrics and the beat together.
Yeah.
And, doing that, and then also like if the verse was so long that it just made sense to put another beat, introduce another beat midway so the song wouldn't get boring. You know what I'm saying? After hearing it for so long, so that's a part of production that most people, I didn't get credit for, but like I just had to credit myself. But me and Junior Boss, we're working on a joint project right now. Called
Junior Boss Batista. So it's a line that he
said in that just got out of the feds where he said something about Batista. I thought it was a pretty clever line, a clever word, and actually came from that wrestler or whatever his name.
Okay, the WWE.
It was a Dave Batista or something like that.
Yeah, I know.
And he became a legit actor or whatever. So, but yeah, we got some solid work right now. It's going to definitely be a classic, man. We've got a lot done already, and so I'm just trying to plot and plan and working with him right now, and that's pretty much it.
How far y'all got to go on that thing?
We're about done. I'm really thinking about the second and third project right now with him. But then, also helping him plot to put together other stuff. Like he's supposed to do a good joint project with Carlton Banks, and then a joint project with Zaytoven, and then some other stuff he got going on, and just trying to help him build his brand back online, correctly.
Yeah.
And he already got the street, so it's not really a difficult thing. So and he came from, I seen him like from the very beginning to where he couldn't rap at all.
For real?
Yeah. Back when he was in the streets real heavy and he couldn't rap
at all. So how y'all met?
El Dorado Red used to come up through here a whole lot and record, you know what I'm saying? So, Junior would be with him, you know what I'm saying? Just being in here. And I seen it, I was the first one to witness him trying to rap the first time. He couldn't come up with 4 bars in like 30 minutes, and he just said, fuck it, and just stepped out, you know what I'm saying? But, he started getting better, man. Like, he did the first, the projects, and they were all right. And then I heard some wordplay here and there.
Yeah, I done seen the person come from being like that too.
Yeah.
Like not knowing how to rap, put together bars, so going home and getting this shit straight.
Yeah.
Coming back the next day a little bit better. Next week a little bit better. Next week a little bit better. Like damn, bro.
Yeah. So
you doing this shit.
He's come a very long way. Like most times people go to prison, come back out of prison and be whacked.
Yeah.
Like he came out and got way better, and then not at that, like murdering a lot of people in Montgomery that's been rapping, you know what I'm saying? So the prison, the Fed time did him good, you know what I'm saying? He focused now. So we got some solid music coming out soon, very soon.
So he coming hard like that.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna check him out.
But yeah, you check out that Just Got Out the Feds. It's only 4 songs.
He got a video yet?
You can't really shoot right now because he's in the halfway house and can't really do too much.
You got it in the old videos though?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the name of one?
You go look up one called Pigeons. Pigeons is pretty popular.
He did name drop that one. Alright, I'm gonna look that one up and I'm gonna tag that one into the video.
Pigeons, and there's one called Secret. It's a number of, and then he did like a dedication to Doe, like, cause he was instrumental in Doe's career too.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people don't know that, but he was very instrumental in that and helping him boost his career. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
But he did a dedication to Doe. It's called I think R.P. Glenn Thomas, something like that. We'll miss Glenn. He kind of modeled the song after the Puff.
Yeah.
or not the Puff song, but it's that Jada Kiss and Faith that We'll Always Love Big Papa, but
I know who you
We'll
talking about.
Always
I
Love
remember
Glenn Thomas. That's how he flipped it, and him and Perry Boy was on that song. They got a video of that, and he did it like right after he passed. So, but yeah, he was very instrumental in working with with Doe, and did some records with him while he's alive, and you know, he's on the Baby Jesus album. He on the Clientele song. And then Swag for Sale, I think off of DOAT 2 or
that. I
Trap
listened to that song last week. My cousin was playing it.
So he's on that.
Yeah.
Swag for Sale. He did a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? He was just kind of learning in, but he's very well advanced, like, you know, so that's hard to come by, man. You know, you got the whole package.
Yeah, it is, especially niggas that's in the street like that.
Most street guys can't rap.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, you gotta be real smart to be able to do all of that and then do it well. You know what I'm saying? So
You have to be a special kind of motherfucker, bro.
yeah, you gotta have a lot of sauce, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be able, for one, you gotta be able to rap, and two, you know, you gotta be able to rap well, and then three, you're gonna have to be able to do what's in, or you know, be able to adjust. You know what I'm saying? And four, you gotta have the charisma. And then five, you gotta have the image. 6, you had to have the attitude. 7, you had to have the work ethic. 8, you had to have the following. It's a lot of other different factors, man.
Yeah.
So, but I would say he has the most potential out of everybody right now. Not just because I'm working with him, but I see it. And usually I'm right about stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because I saw it in Dope. So, and it's not very often that, you know, artists come by and can make that type of impact, and you know, and execute well, and then know what to do inside the studio. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta have it.
It ain't shit.
You can't just like make it up. You know, or you can work at it. You know what I'm saying? Because Junior definitely did work at it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's not an easy thing, man. You know, to rap well and then rap, and then he can kind of vocally, you know, sing in the style what's going on right now too, because that's what's in.
Yeah.
So yeah, he can be very versatile, but I'm just trying to guide him through this project, and the Batista project's gonna be a classic. I would say that. So
How many tracks gonna go on there?
I don't know. We're thinking about doing a 10-piece, you know, and do 3 projects. You know what I'm saying? I'm only here for a little bit longer, but I'll be able to operate from overseas, no problem, like digitally. So that's the plan right now. We'll see how things gonna go. Ain't no guarantees, but right now it's just a good working vibe. So he's dedicated. He's willing to listen. He's willing to learn. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he's ready to go hard. So but like we're thinking about 10-piece, maybe 12-piece. On that Batista project, and then come out with work on something else. So
y'all trap, or like, what's it sound like?
It's trap, yeah, trap, definitely trap. But like he was locked up in Memphis, so you know they got that triplet rap shit going on right now. You know what I'm saying, with Moneybagg Yo.
Yeah.
So a lot of them cats be doing that up there. So we kind of picked that style up there.
Yeah.
And before he wasn't rapping like that at all. Like it's really simple, you know, A-B. But like
Memphis is a real musical city too, so.
Yeah. So he had his punches here and there, punchlines here and there, but he really coming with it now. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go check out Just Got Out the Feds, it's pretty impressive, man. It's like top 10 mixtapes of the year of 2018. It just dropped about a month ago. By Dirty Glove Bastard.
Yeah, alright, bet.
Yeah, so, but that's Junior right there, man. So
he got something with he working with DJ.
Yeah, he did some stuff with Dolph. Like this was a song called Forbes List with Young Dolph that dropped. They shot a video of that too. So we got a lot of stuff out there. You just go Google him, Junior Boss. You'll find him, Junior Boss DGE. I think on Instagram.
Alright, bet.
So you'll be able to pull them up and see what's going on. So that's the move right now. But like when I move over there, like I'm gonna be focusing on music production online and mixing and mastering, and then I might do a YouTube channel where I build that up, and offer tutorials because people always want to learn how to mix or record, and then I might do a separate segment, kind of similar, where how to run a studio.
I got a question. This time ain't no strip club down here. I want to know what the hell they take your music to if you ain't got no damn strip club to take it to.
Well, there's a lot of hole-the-wall clubs here, so it's like, what I'm saying,
okay.
They just having like.
But that's true. They ain't got no strip club down here.
They don't.
Bro, what kind of fucking shit is that?
Old money, man. Old money run the town.
Yeah, they got a country club, bro. I told you. Do they let black people in yet?
No strip club. I be there.
I don't know. I ain't never been in there, so
I can't live here, Ty.
I
can't live here, bro. I need to see some ass. I need to be able to leave my house anytime.
Well, I mean, Birmingham's different, you know what I'm saying? But Montgomery is old money, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Old white money running the city. So.
I couldn't believe that shit when I
couldn't. It's very conservative.
It's so big, bro. Like, they got a college and all that shit. Like,
man, to really be honest, man, they can't have no strip club here, man. Motherfuckers get murked. You know what I'm saying? So.
I thought y'all did. Yeah. I swear I thought y'all had a strip club up in here, bro.
Yeah, nah. I mean, they had them illegal strip clubs.
The butt naked.
That. Well, I could talk about it now because it ain't coming back. But there's I forgot the dude's name. I think they call him Black, something like that. They had a strip club, and it used to be a barbershop during the day, and then a strip club at night. You know what I'm saying? So, and then after that, like, something happened. Like, I've been went there a couple times for my party. This was a while back. But, like, something happened, man, where, like, I guess the dude owed somebody some money, and then they shot him in the back of the head or some shit like that. So that shit's over with.
Yeah, it be like that.
Yeah.
Dirty money?
I don't know. Something. That's what I heard. It might not be true, but.
Something in that nature.
Just the true part that he got shot in the head, so.
Yeah.
But it's real street around here. You gotta be on your P's and Q's around here. You feel what I'm saying?
Any advice to a producer that just started or having a rough week?
I mean, shit, you alive, so it's another day. You just gotta shake it off, man. Not get too emotional. You gotta be able to do stuff for free. When you're first starting out, and just grind it out, man. It's gonna be tough. Grinding out, but like if your stuff is free and giving it out, of course you're gonna need some money later on, but you got to put in the work first to be able to make money. And I understand that you paying for equipment and stuff like that to make beats and stuff like that, but most times you're gonna get crack programs or plugins or whatever like that, so you gotta give and get. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta just put the work in, man. Like, you gotta put the work in and stay consistent over a period of time and not give up, cause when I decided
To do music, I promised myself to never
get a regular job, ever. You know what I'm saying? I focused on doing this for a living, and that's all I wanted to focus on, cause I already knew. And I already seen it with some of my past friends where they'll get a job and they doing music and they just fall into that, well, I need money, I need to work, so I got to get paid, and I need to do this. So I understand that, no problem. But I just made a point to myself to really stick to the craft, stick to what I wanted to do, and by any means possible, just be the best at it. And then, just focus on myself and my skill, and then eventually they'll come, and then when you're really good, you start getting paid for it. And I had to put some free work in, so I still put free work in. It's not a big thing, what I'm saying, because you got to know when to give and know when to get. It's always it's
a balance.
Yeah, so it's a balance, man, but,
Is it important for a producer to have a relationship with DJs?
Yeah, I would say so.
And A&Rs and shit,
Yeah, it's cool to do that, but it's more important to have a relationship with artists. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the ones that's gonna make your shit hot as a producer. You know what I'm saying? Like DJs ain't gonna get you hot, you know, as a producer. A&Rs may get you hot if you're signed to them for as management to get you placed, but that's like a monetary thing.
Yeah.
And that's not always like the best move either. And then A&Rs, they sometimes don't know shit. So
it comes down to the artist and building a relationship with them, because that's, at the end of the day, is what's going to marry your beat to their lyrics, and if it depends on if they're going to feel it or not. You know what I'm saying? So that's the most important thing, is building a repertoire, a rapport with artists. You know what I'm saying? And you know, just kind of pick and choose who you want to work with, and like take the good with the bad. It's not going to be perfect every time, but like, you know, give free beats to artists, you know, that are prominent, you know, that's gonna make people hear it, and then when people hear it, then other artists that's trying to either mimic that same artist that has more notoriety, they can get paid off of those the lower visible artists, and make their bank that way, or like sell beats online. There's a whole community of that, and even though it's a little bit saturated, it depends on how you brand it and how good you are. So how good you are at branding, not necessarily how good you are at beats. There's some sorry ass beats out there that people cashing out on.
You right about that shit. That's about everything like him.
Yeah. So that's that, man. You know. But yeah, man. It's got to stay at it, stay grinding, man. And, you know, I've been through a lot of war room shit. You know what I'm saying? Like doing the placement with that, and then trying to.
What's your favorite
software to make beats on? Do you make beats on software, or do you do all hardware?
Yeah. I use Ableton Live.
Okay.
Ableton Live changed my life, man. Like for a while, I was making beats on Pro Tools, and I made the Watch What You Say to Me on Pro Tools, and I experimented with other stuff like Machine and the MPC, but I ain't no MPC guy, man. Like, I'm a player. Like I play keys and stuff like that, so I need that. Even though you could hook that stuff up to Pro Tools, but man, Pro Tools was some for producing is kind of whack, man, because like you got to grid it up and then, you know, manually put the drums there, you know.
It don't feel the same.
It don't feel the same, and then the MIDI's kind of buggy at the time, and then like Pro Tools would crash all the time. So there's a point in time where I kind of stopped.
It'll fuck you develop, fucking process.
Yeah, so at this point in time, I stopped making beats and then, you know, recording took all the way over.
Yeah. But
like I got on Ableton probably about a few years ago, and like, man, my output on that has just been phenomenal, man. Like, be honest, I'm more active now than I ever was. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't take me long to make a record in there. So and then the workflow in Ableton is just seamless. Like you can just keep it rolling without ever stopping the beat. You change the tempo at any time, change the key at any time, and then program everything. Yeah, real easy, man. And then non-destructive programming. And then, you know, it's just easy, man. So I swear by Ableton. You know, we got VSTs for all that type of stuff, and you know, I tried to get on Fruity Loops, but I'm a Mac Apple owner. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what I work off. I work off FL.
Yeah, I love FL. I would love to work with FL, but I just never was able to put FL on the Mac. But I know they got FL Studio for Mac now. Yeah. But I'm heavy in Ableton, so I'm like, man, I don't need that.
I wanted to try the Ableton Live. Somebody was telling me about that.
Ableton Live is dope, man. Like my people, Wash the Duck, they you know, I went to school with all of them. They work on Ableton, and before they broke up, you know, with Jonathan, you know, they had a system to where like all 3 laptops, they would have it open, and then you know, one person can start the beat, and then there's a network, a Wi-Fi network you can connect the Ableton to, and everybody will be in sync.
For real?
And then, you know, whatever you create, the person creates, they create on that one laptop, and then the you know, the other person creates the other parts on the laptop, the other person creates the other on the 3rd laptop. At the end of the day, they just track it out, put it together. But like it's all synced, which is really cool, man. And then like with the live application, you can do a lot of live stuff with the Ableton Live too, which is really cool.
Man, that's dope.
Yeah, man. Ableton is dope, man. A lot of people don't like Ableton because it looks crazy, but man, Timbaland is on Ableton. Big Crit is on Ableton now. A lot of prominent producers on Ableton. I can't name any more, but Timbaland is pretty prominent. So
yeah.
So yeah, man.
And Crit.
Yeah, and Crit. So can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with Ableton.
Yes.
And then the Childish Gambino, that was that Redbone song.
Yeah.
Was created in Ableton.
For real.
Mm-hmm. Go to Genius. You see the guy play the live instruments inside, and then just use the Childish Gambino loop.
Yeah.
I don't know the Childish Gambino loop. Drum loop was recorded in Ableton, but they just took that and he looped it and did everything else in Ableton. Everything Ableton.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, don't sleep on Ableton. Ableton Live is the shit. Definitely.
We getting us a sponsorship from Ableton. God damn it.
Send me Ableton 10. But yeah, man. That's what's up.
Shit, what's on the you said you got Junior Boss dropping this year.
Mm-hmm.
Online store coming, well, more beats on the online store coming this year.
Yeah, I already got the site with set up. It's classichiphop.beatstars.com. I might get a domain because my tag is "Turn Me Up Bao." Shit, you know what it is, and I just took that. Doe said that, so I took that from the Chief Keef Sosa freestyle that he did, and just made it my tag. So people know me by that. So when I go ride around the street and they see me, they say "Turn Me Up, Bao." So I feel like that's a pretty catchy thing. So I might get like a domain that says turnmeupbao.com if they can spell my name right. So.
Alright.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So that's what it is.
Good world. Shout out Playback.
Alright. This is Bao Pham, aka Classic, and you're watching Playback.
That's it, folks.
Alright.